Hey guys, and welcome to SwolShark. My name is Adam, or AJ Olenek, if you didn't know me already. And basically, the whole purpose of SwolShark is to develop oneself or better oneself into the fittest that they can be. So a little bit about myself: I'm just an average Joe, pretty much. I have a little bit of running experience because in high school I did track and field and as well as cross country. But weightlifting wise, I really don't have a whole bunch of experience. I did a little bit of weightlifting originally with my father, who trained me a little bit about some basic lifts. And then one of my friends was able to get employment at a local gym, and he kind of trained me what he knows, which was awesome. But I always kind of just dabbled with weightlifting on and off. I wouldn't really push myself past 2 months of weightlifting, and then I just kind of hop back right into running, which is my comfort zone. Some of you people might be on here because one of the tags that's going to be on this is how to lose 20 pounds. And I can tell you how to lose 20 pounds, but I wanted to explain a little bit about myself and about what SwolShark stands for. So a little bit about myself: I am an average Joe working about 40 hours plus a week. So I might do 45, 50, 55, it depends. I also travel a lot for my regular day job. So this is kind of just going to be a hobby for me, doing these videos on and off. I also am soon to have 2 stepkids. And I am looking forward to marrying the most wonderful, amazing woman in the world to me, which is my soon-to-be wife. She's my fiance right now. Her name is Frances. We have our wedding set up November of next year in 2018. So in order for me to get ready for the wedding, I wanted to get as fit as I could. I wanted to look as hot as I could for the wedding day and the honeymoon, so to speak. She's going through a little bit of the same thing too. I'm so thankful that her and her 2 wonderful kids are in my life. Actually, one of the kids, Arwen, Josie too, but Arwen, especially, he's a 5-year-old little dude, and he looks up to me and thinks that I'm the strongest guy in the world. And even though I know that I'm not, it is kind of cool to hear him say that. So I want to live up to his expectations a little bit, right? I probably won't ever be the strongest guy in the world, at least not with this attitude. But live up to him, and I think that I think about the little guy when I'm doing like my last set and everything like that, to just kind of push yourself to be better, be a good example for your kids. Wanted to have you guys come along with me on my fitness journey, as I am 27 years old now. I'm going to be 28 in February, which is coming up around the corner, and I'm kind of late to the game in weightlifting. Normally, if you're going to be a very prestigious bodybuilder or whatever it might be, you usually start when you're young, 13, 14, 15, and then by the time you're in your mid-20s, you might have about 7 to 10 years of experience to build up your frame, tone, and do everything you need to do to look like extravagantly good looking, right? But I want to try it out late to the game, because you know what? There's some people that go through this life, and you know what? They said, I don't need a gym. I'd rather play video games when I'm in high school. Maybe that's you. We're going to see how my progress develops over this course of the year. See what really works and what doesn't work. I have a certified personal trainer. His name is Nick, and he's an awesome dude. And he's going to try to bring me through basically isolation movements at first and then compound lifts, and see which of these movements or exercises is really going to build up my frame, what's going to build the muscle the fastest, things like that. Kind of do a test run for 2 months, and then we're going to really dive deep into an individualized program. What got me into this was the fact that I was 184 pounds. I was starting to feel overweight. I think I had a lot of visceral fat, and I basically gave up on running. I gave up on weightlifting, and I noticed myself, obviously, I was eating whatever I wanted. I did a lot of fast food. To the point where the Super Size Me guy, if you have ever watched that documentary, made him look like chump change. For an entire year, basically just ate McDonald's, Culver's, KFC, Taco Bell, whatever I wanted. And it was always like the best of the best. In my mind, like cheese curds, if you're from the East Coast or West Coast, maybe, I don't know if you know what cheese curds are, but they're deep fried cheese, right? That's been battered. And it is amazing. If you're ever in Wisconsin, definitely hit that up. I have a picture of myself that I will post, and then I'll have a picture of myself after I have basically trained for a marathon to lose 20 pounds. And how all this came about was because I would huff and puff at the top of the stairs. I knew that I needed a life change. And one of my friends, who is one of my groomsmen standing up, said, "Hey man, I want to do a marathon. Would you come join me?" And I said, "Yeah, let's give it a shot. Why not?" So I picked up the Nike Run Club app and followed its program for beginner marathon training, which I think is super convenient and awesome. For breakfast, I would have oatmeal with typically like apples. And then for lunch and dinner, I would have Subway. I could pick whatever I wanted. I would normally have a 6-inch meal and then another 6-inch meal. But if it was a long day for running or cardio, so like I'm talking like 6+ miles minimum, then I would have a foot long at one of those times, and that was absolutely fine. And all of a sudden I saw myself losing weight pretty steadily. So I would say roughly about maybe 1 to 2 pounds every week. And I was definitely in a caloric deficit, which that's what you need for losing weight. So from there, I was making progress, not only with my weight, but with my times. I originally started out, I was running right around like a 9:30 minute mile, which I know I could do better. And I got it all the way down to 7:30 minute miles on repeat for right around like 6 miles to 10 miles. And then all of a sudden, I went out for an 18-mile training run, and on mile 16, 3 weeks before my marathon that I was going to do with my friend, I got injured, and it sucked. I remember being a little bit like demotivated. I didn't know what to do with my time, because you really have to dedicate yourself to at least running, potentially anywhere from like a half an hour to like 3 hours out on the road to do some of these long runs. I just didn't know what to fill that time with. I felt like that sucked, so I needed a way to be able to recuperate. I went to the doctor, found out that I needed to take 6 weeks off. That was their advice, like you needed to do this or I could have potential cartilage damage, which not good. So I did rehab at Anytime Fitness, which is a local place in Marshfield, Wisconsin, and rehab my knee. Kind of fell in love with weightlifting. Just decided that I was seeing results, and you know what, I want to keep with it. I want to stick with it. I want to commit. So from there, that's what I did. I did 3 months of Big Man on Campus by Steve Cook, which is, the guy is an inspiration to me. I think he's awesome. He's a super down-to-earth guy. He's pretty cool, and you can check out his YouTube channel. I'll put the link below, just so if you guys are interested. He created Swolger Nation, right? A little kind of pun off of Swolger being a soldier in the gym, so to speak. And I thought that was cool. So I took swole, because I like that word, and then I mixed it with shark. And the shark came from a guy named Ben Francis, who created Gymshark. Actually, this is apparel from him. So I'm supporting your business, Ben. I got an inspiration from him because he was a young entrepreneur. He went out and attacked all of his goals. He actually created apps, websites, all this stuff before he developed Gymshark itself, and then he ended up growing into a multi-million-dollar clothing business that makes pretty good clothes. I'm gonna be real honest with you. So I ended up taking kind of the swole out of Swolger Nation and then the shark out of Gymshark, and then combining both of them to create SwolShark. And it might not be super original, but that's what inspired me, and that's what I'm hoping to be able to create my own brand that inspires other individuals. And I'm looking to be able to inspire anyone. It doesn't have to be a certain niche of people or whatever. I want people ideally to be able to realize that they can do whatever they want to do, no matter what their age is, no matter what their weight is, no matter what their problems are, that if you don't give up and if you commit, you can see results. That's what I want. And I want to be able to provide as real information as I can to people, even if you're starting out or if you're an expert. Maybe you pick up a tip or two if you're an expert, and maybe you learn a whole bunch if you're a beginner, so you can go through it with me. So by eating Subway twice a day, and by eating just like some oatmeal or cereal for breakfast, I was able to lose 20 pounds over the course of 5 months. Here are the pictures of that. So by eating Subway twice a day and by doing a marathon training course from the Nike Plus Run app, I was able to combine those two with oatmeal or cereal in the beginning of the day for breakfast. Over the course of 5 months to lose 20 plus pounds. I got all the way down to 162 pounds, which is a deficit of 22 pounds total. And I was losing that at a ratio of 1 to 2 pounds a week, which I felt was pretty good, pretty comfortable. And I felt a whole lot better. I no longer huffed and puffed when I got up my stairs, and it was just awesome. And then I wanted to go from there. I wanted to build back up though. I didn't want to be skinny mini, so to speak. I've been skinny and tiny pretty much my whole life. I remember my mom having to give me milkshakes to grow when I was a little kid and put on weight, and it didn't really even work that well, but I tried it anyway. I know that that's a drastic way to lose weight, and there's better ways to do it probably than the way I did. I just wanted to share that information for you guys who, you know what, hey, maybe you don't have to do a marathon. Maybe you do a half marathon or a 10K or a 5K, and you eat properly to a deficit. And there's calculators out there that can help you find what your caloric intake should be for maintenance, and then you go beneath that maintenance marker to actually start losing weight. And then if you're a guy like what's in my situation right now, where I want to bulk up and I want to try to gain size, but I want to gain lean muscle mass as much as I can. You're always going to gain fat with it, but as much as I can, you got to go above your maintenance marker. I will try to link below a calculator in there so you guys can check that out for yourselves if you want to try it, test run some numbers. I think that'd be kind of cool. So I encourage you guys to come along with me. You're going to meet some of my friends, some of my family members. Some of the groomsmen actually decided that, hey, you know what? I want to do a video with you. So they're actually featured in some of the workout videos. And then you guys can either take some of the training programs that we're doing or the workouts that we're doing and add them into your workout. You can pick your own. Let me know what your results are. And if you have program suggestions, or if you're like, oh man, I did this and it helped me with my bulk or whatever it is, sweet. Do them in the comments below. Maybe I'll try it out. Ask my certified personal trainer about it. See what his advice is. And I just hope you guys enjoy the series. I think it's going to be kind of cool taking the average Joe and seeing what happens at the end of the year. So I look forward to you guys coming along with me. Thank you.